What is going on, guys? So we are back in Somerset. If I do a bit more stealing, haven't really done it much in a while. Have a little discussion about update 44. This clover is in the worst spot ever. There's just surrounded by guards. This one, sometimes I don't even bother hitting this one anymore because it's such a low success chance as well. Wait for that guard to go. Mind you, there's not really an abundance of cloviers about. Wait, what is these guards doing? It's just, I'm right, I'm going somewhere else. No health as well, my food's probably run out. Get some food on.
You look at one another and suspect nothing, but in any heart lurks the taint of Daedric worship.
What that do? Yeah, so the patch notes will be dropping today for the update 44 PTS. So I think they'll be dropping probably about 3 or 4 in the afternoon for me. So probably be doing a video on that. I was thinking of doing a live stream, but I won't be able to at that time. I'll just do a fresh circuit and go around. That was 85%, there's no chance. So my main goal, like I said, the PTS patch notes are going to be dropping today, and then I can obviously download the PTS, and then I think a lot of players are probably going to be in the new BGs, the new BG mode, seeing what it's all about, and just testing some builds. I'll be testing some builds out on the PTS, and just seeing how the new modes are basically. Yeah, obviously this is the first like main PvP update in probably about 7 or 8 years. So it's definitely going to be interesting, but whether or not it's going to be good, we don't know. I'm sure they've shadow nerfed all this pickpocketing. Like, just the success rate seems to be just really bad now. And I'm a Khajiit as well, which meant to get a pickpocket bonus. Oh, cut purses art. So yeah, I think the PC is actually down as well at the moment, and the PTS. So luckily, console's still up. Right, that's more like it. Just this one in particular is really hard to pickpocket successfully. Right, that was 80%, that was good. It was just like a guard circling this NPC. Yes, I've just released a werewolf build, I think it was yesterday it come out. Yeah, I've got definitely a few more coming. I've got a warden build coming. Did do a little preview, I think on a short and a post. That'll probably be coming out at the end of this week, but I will be doing a lot of testing and setups on the PTS when that drops. I knew that was not going to work. I'm actually currently running one of my unreleased builds, which probably was going to be the next build I release, but I will push this out as well. I'm not actually on a thieving build as such. This is just this is actually a PvP build I've got together. But yeah, I really should actually have a dedicated thieving setup. You don't really need one, to be fair, but it does help just with the detection radius. So yeah, it's definitely going to be very interesting, all these changes. I want to see, obviously, there's going to be new sets as well, I think, new companions. There's going to be a lot of new stuff. It's going to be quite a big update. The good thing is it's not a paid DLC either, it's all going to be free. I don't think it releases on console till like November, so that is just going to be like ages away. But on PC it will be coming out, I think, October time. Once it's all been extensively tested, of course. But yes, so that's why I'm glad I've got PC as well, so I do get things earlier as well. Obviously, when I was just primarily doing things on console, you know, you've got a delay of like 3 or 4 weeks until you get access to these things. So it's nice to, I'll be able to test some things on the PTS. I've got a lot of setups in mind as well, and they're going to be really good. A lot of Warden ones I'm going to be doing, because I haven't really done a ton of Warden recently. I think Warden and probably Arcanist is the ones I haven't done much. What was that? Ancient Burial Mask. They should be worth so much more when you get a purple, because you only get like one a day basically. You're worth like 10k. As you can see, my bounty's actually gone down. It's only just under 900k now, my bounty. I think I did well in the millions when I was regularly doing a lot of stealing.
Guards, I spotted a thieving milk drinker.
Probably should have sold that for a bit more, but oh well. Sometimes you just can't be bothered to research how much things cost. It was a gold furnishing, to be fair. I probably should have priced it a bit higher. Someone needs a vamp bite. I do normally help people out that need a vamp bite. Yes, I'm sure there's going to be new sets as well. Hopefully they're not going to be another load of Infinite Archive. There might be PvP rewards for the worthy sets. I'm hoping. I'm sure they said there was new sets coming, but again, we'll have to wait for the actual PTS.
Try that again and I'll scream.
Definitely got to be the hardest NPC to pickpocket in the entire game. Surrounded by a guard that just patrols within 10 foot, and every time you pickpocket, it's always unsuccessful. But it is a rare clothier, so take the chance. Yeah, so that is the bit of the downside with Eleanor. There is a lot of guards, but once you get used to the route, you know, you pretty much know the layout. But the reason I'm here, if you haven't seen my previous streams, it's because the nobles do drop the mirrors, which are worth a lot of gold, and the clothiers drop the table runners, which are incredibly rare and then are worth a ton of gold as well. But I have done this circuit many times, and I've never received anything from the runs in Somerset yet. So like, the chance is low. I said I've done I normally do the Vardenfell painting farm. I've done that, and I've had quite a lot of the paintings from there. So, and because this has always eluded me, it's not a pattern. That was a pattern I just received there, which is nothing. It's an actual physical furnishing item. It's not an actual, not a plan or a pattern. Oh, not really a good place to check my inventory. Yeah, I'm interested to see if they're making any class changes as well, because I always like to. I normally do a video to highlight any changes, to like things that are normally PvP related. I normally check mostly.
Hey, lay off, thief.
So what's the inventory looking like? It's already getting full. But I couldn't even find any of the table runners even listed on the Tamriel Trade Centre, so it just shows you how rare they are. It's just a shame the Gold Road doesn't really have any rare stealable furnishings or furnishing plans. They're not really that rare. Or furnishing plans there might be, but it's normally just the non-stolen ones that most players went for, and obviously the paintings, which are just in normal regular chests. Yeah, so like really in the game, the best stealable for like rare furnishings is Somerset and Vardenfell, really. Also, the vampire stuff's always good. Solitude stuff.
Blood demands blood, killer.
So yeah, I estimate, I think probably the PTS patch notes will be normally up around 3 o'clock for me. 3 or 4 sort of time, unless there's delays. So yeah, I'll do a video on those, just like a brief overview, or just, I don't normally do a full PTS review. I think I've done one before, but I don't really want to do like a super long video. I just like to sort of grab the snippets that I think the community would be interested in, like highlight the things. I won't highlight everything, it would just take too long and the video would just be too long. I just like to do the sort of like the short and sweet snippets of the things that really are a big change. But we'll see what the patch notes reveal first.
I refuse to stand by while a killer walks free. Buy and sell here and now.
So yeah, it's a nice little loop here though, but yeah, there is just a few tricky guards. But yeah, the drop rate must be crazy low. That's a scholar. They're definitely rarer than the paintings from my experience. It's just never. I've had quite a few paintings. I've even had the shivering cheese. That is super rare. I don't know why that's not worth more. I'd say to get the shivering cheese, because I think it apparently drops from any safe box. You know, and I've probably opened up what 10, 20,000 safe boxes over like playing the whole game the whole time. And I've had one. So that is just shows you how crazy rare it is. I think it is any safe box. I thought it was in. I thought it was in Vardenfell, but I think it's any safe box they can drop from. And they are worth reasonable money, but nothing crazy. They should be worth millions. And they're probably worth about 200k on console, maybe 400 or 500 on PC. But yeah, by the time I get here, they instantly pretty much spawn again, which is good. So yeah, you've got the BGs coming in the PTS patch notes, which is obviously going to be the big thing, and it's probably going to be a lot of players. So I want to do a lot of builds and setups, but obviously I'm sort of limited by what sets I have available and the gold and stuff I have available. So the PTS is a big help to me because obviously I can then put a lot of builds together. It's going to be a big help because I can basically just theory craft stuff and put it together. But the problem is you can't really get PvP fights on the PTS because it's just for the PTS basically. So having this BGs thing dropping, there's going to be players in the PTS like testing setups and just maybe just testing the BGs itself just to see how it is. So it's going to be nice. I can definitely do a lot of setups and things. Oh, I just got the Eleanor Pew. Is that worth money? I need to check that. I need to check that. I'm sure that is worth money. I don't know if it's the actual furnishing. When I see the word pew, that's something. Is it that? I don't know. Let's have a look. So it's an Eleanor Pew polished. You're not sure about that find. I think it's worth money. The listings I've seen, I'll try and get a price check on that maybe, yeah. I think it is worth money, that. Probably not millions, but it's probably worth a couple of 100k. I could be wrong. I will definitely check that out, but that is a rare item because I know that players have done videos on saying how to farm this, so it's probably something rare. I wish you could lock them though, so you don't accidentally use them. You did use it then. Right, back away. So really, in theory, I should probably just quickly nip back and just launder that, just so that if I do get caught or I die or something stupid, I ain't gonna lose that. Yeah, that's the thing, you got to be careful because it can just look like a regular item. I'll quickly, I can probably clear my inventory as well,
I do
get
not
it down a
have,
bit.
but I pay enough.
I'm not going to be paying that, right, so launder that. I'll just launder those. Right. Just get rid of it, I'm not too bothered about the individual gold earned. Just dump the lot. Right, I'm nearly hitting the 140, I didn't think I was actually going to hit it. Must have had a bit more than expected. Right, sorted. So, you'll have to come back to find a price check on that one. Let's dump the gold as well. It's really a lot. But it's something. So yeah, is everyone looking forward to the update 44 patch notes? If you're not aware of them, or they are coming today, I'm pretty sure. Probably in about 4 hours time. I'll quickly show you some of my special items as well before I go back. Just in case anyone's interested. I haven't sold them yet because I've just been keeping hold of them. So I do have a couple of rare items. I don't know why I'm keeping them, so I might as well just sell them because I'm not really a big collector. I am a little bit and I ain't, and I'm thinking I just need the gold, to be honest, so I should just get rid of them. So it's like my prized goodies. Yeah, I've done a bit of the housing, but nothing crazy. Right, am I in the right one? Yes, I've got that. I think that might be worth a couple 100k. Is it update 44? Not yet, but it should be coming this afternoon. I think, well, for me anyway, this afternoon. Probably in about 4 hours time, the PTS patch notes will drop. It'll definitely be today. But yeah, this would be a couple of 100k, I think. Shivering cheese, probably about 2 to 300k. That should be worth a cool meal. I've had a few of them, and I think that's basically the best painting in the game. Or definitely in the top 3 or 4 paintings to get. And of course I've got the etheric cipher, but I did purchase that. I've never had that drop. That is crazy rare. I think I picked that up quite cheap because they did go down a bit. So we'll go back to our little loop. Yeah, because I'm sure the PC is down at the moment. If anyone could let me know. I'm sure the PC is down. Can I just go to, I've got in somewhere. Left myself with enough gold. Yeah, I'm sure the PC is down for obviously their maintenance because they're probably bringing the new stuff together. It's going to be good, I'm hoping.
Such a cozy little home.
Right, let's get back to where we were. Yeah, so you've got the companions, which I didn't really look at too much. I'm not a companion-y. I don't know if I've ever used the companions. Not properly. Maybe the fishing one.
Hello.
I'm not a big companion fan too much. I'm more sort of leaning on the PvP side of things. I do still do the odd... Is that guard chasing me? Yeah, he's chasing. I do still do the odd PvE stuff, but I'm primarily PvP now. Yeah, we'll have to see what happens. Hopefully, yeah, they'll drop about 3 or 4 in the afternoon for me, and I'll do a video on the snippets and the highlights. Probably, I'm not going to do a live stream of the PTS patch notes reveal. And so the video I'll try and condense so you get the news of the highlights, because it's a lot to read. Sometimes people haven't got time to read it and or go through it, or sometimes the way they phrase things, people don't really understand what they're actually, you know, what they've done. So I'll try and highlight the snippets of the good stuff, or the bad stuff. You know, it could be bad. Yeah, but I'm interested if there's new sets and any changes to the classes themselves. I'll sort of highlight if they've been buffed. I'll highlight that, or if something's, you know, took a big nerf. Yeah, so I've mostly been doing basically a couple of werewolf builds I've done recently and a few gank builds. So yeah, I thought I'd make my way and do a few Warden setups. I've already got the most of the footage anyway for this new Warden setup. Free proc Warden. It's actually really good. It was better than what I thought it would be. I was a bit panicky. I thought, oh, I don't know if this is going to actually work. But yes, I've had quite good success with it so far. So that'll probably be the next thing I release. I'm going to do a few Warden setups because at the moment I'm into Warden. So I will be doing a few good setups. Probably going to be 2-bar. I've done a lot of 1-bar ones. I'll probably do 2-bar. But it's weird that they've changed. I don't know what you guys think about that, but they've to remove the actual original Battleground. I was not expecting that, and I don't think they should have done that. Maybe just for the PTS for testing purposes, but they've actually physically removing the old Battlegrounds modes and maps, and then simply replacing them with the new modes and maps. You know, I suppose it is good and bad, but I would have preferred to keep the old ones as well. Mind you, is the player base big enough to even contain that many modes? I don't know. But I just think I did like the old Battleground. I didn't want it replaced. I just wanted it added on. I think a lot of people just wanted it, you know, things added. You know, like I don't want serial delete, do they? You want it things added and improved. So I don't know if that was the right move to do. But like, granted, for the PTS, that's fair enough. But I think it's, you know, it might come. They said it might come back in some shape or form. I only did about 1 or 2 Battlegrounds. Yeah, I've done quite a lot of Battlegrounds, to be honest. As I prefer Battlegrounds because you're not running around trying to find people, which can be quite time consuming, especially in off-peak hours. And it's also no CP, so it's more balanced. I mean, you can always get really good players in or really bad players, but it's generally more balanced, even numbers. usually. You're not getting steamrolled by Zergs, so I do prefer Battleground, and you get less lag as well in Cyrodiil. And the maps are quite a good size as well. They're not like small BG maps by any standard. They're quite a good size, obviously, because there is going to be an 8v8 modes. So understandably the maps are going to be a little bit larger. So definitely running Orc and Swift, because obviously, again, people are going to be running the power-ups. You know, the power-ups are going to give you massive edges, turn the tide of the battle. I don't know if they're going to be a good or a bad thing. But yeah, obviously having that speed and mobility is going to be key to picking them up. That's for sure. So if you're going to be slow, you're going to be late to getting the power-ups. It depends where they're placed. You know, if they're really hard to get to and everyone's just going to rush to them, get these crazy power-ups and just steamroll everyone, I don't know.
Try that again.
Even
without
80% is
scream.
NPC just will not be pickpocketed. But yeah, there could be class changes. They haven't. I mean, obviously, I watched the update 44 preview live stream, and obviously they did reveal quite a lot, but I don't think they revealed the sets that I'm aware of, and other changes like the full details. It was just more of like an overview of what they're doing. So now today you're actually going to get the full breakdown of what they're actually changing, what they're adding, what they're removing as well. So definitely have a read through them, but that's the problem with the patch notes. It can be quite long to get through it all, so I'm just going to try and do a video just to highlight all the good bits and the bad bits, the things of note that players want to know. Like things like companions and that I'm not really going to be covering, as players will already know. I don't really cover that too much. I just cover the things that basically I feel more relevant to the PvP side. But yeah, we'll see what it all says. Hopefully there's no problems with the PTS, it just comes up and then I can just download that quickly and get in, and then just get into the battlegrounds. I've got a couple of set up, but I suppose the PTS will wipe. I think it wipes the characters, so you have to then redo a character, get in. But it's good though, because I can just test what I think is going to work, what's not going to work, instead of me wasting tons of gold and transmutes, which sometimes I struggle with. You know, when you're doing so many different setups, the PTS can be really helpful, and like, oh, that's definitely working, then I can implement that on the live servers. Yeah. So what do you think of the the live stream basically what they revealed? I was a little bit on the fence with it. It sort of threw me off when they said, "Oh, we're removing the old battlegrounds and we're adding these modes." I didn't expect these modes to be what they were. I just thought they were going to be very basic, and the maps were just going to be fresh maps added on. But to completely remove them and then make these huge, vast maps you got to run around in. I mean, they're a good size. I mean, they're probably like this sort of size, like the size of this town. So might be a bit more running and hunting. I think it's going to favour like night blade setups because they're just going to have so many places to run and hide. It's not going to be as much like close range. So I think ranged play could be work quite well. Because I've seen like there is actually a town map as well. So say if you're in the middle here, do you know what I mean? And then there could be archers picking you off, while you're fighting someone in the middle. So could be a bit of a ganker's dream, really.
The law is on my side.
Sure, they said there was going to be a mode. I think it's the 4v4 mode. Or was it the 8v8? I can't remember which mode it was there, but we have a limited number of lives as well, which is gonna. I don't know again if that's going to be a good thing or not. That's going to be the quick matches. I would have thought there's going to be like a competitive style of play, and the other ones will be more casual. I think it was the 8v8 was going to be the more casual battlegrounds modes. And also, what are the rewards as well? They're going to upgrade the PvP rewards and make things a bit more like unique skins or stuff, or I don't really know. So that's what I said. They've only just sort of glazed over an brief overview really of what update 44 will be. So we have to wait for the notes to fully see where they're going, and obviously they're going to make changes as well because that's what the PTS is, isn't it? It's just a test, so they're testing, or we're testing, should I say. They then going to have week 1, week 2, and then they're going to make adjustments and changes. So we just have to see until like the final thing releases. And I said it's going to be all the way in November for Xbox and console basically, so that's going to be a long wait. Yeah, the set that a lot of players are running at the moment is probably one of the best in-slot sets. I've not actually used it myself yet. Is the you can buy it as well. Which I probably will be testing out as well, which is the Oak Fathers Retribution set. Really high stat dense set in the game. A lot of players are running this, just in case you're not aware. So if you've got any of that equipment, make sure you keep hold of it. Probably going to want to sort of keep it on the jewellery and the smaller pieces because it's light armour. You're probably not going to want it on the chest. If you're doing sort of like a brawler build, which I normally tend to do brawler builds, you know, up close and personal, taking hits. So, you know, I'm thinking of doing a setup, so I'm going to need probably like the jewellery, sash and like a front bar weapon. So yeah, we'll be testing that, but like I said, I've not even used that set, but I know it's really good though. So the more major and minor buffs your opponent has, the more penetration and weapon damage you have. So it can really stack up.
I saw that troll breath.
Oh, God's got me again. I'm hoping there's going to be some more heavy attack sets because I do quite a few heavy attack setups. Even in PvP they can still work really well. I haven't done one recently. Done a few PvE in like solo heavy attack setups. I like them because they're sort of just easy to use and can be underestimated quite a bit in PvP as well. A lot of players think they don't do great. You don't see them as much now, but there is a few good sets, a few setups I've got in mind. So I'm going to probably do about 2 to 3 Warden setups, I think, and then I might do another werewolf one, possibly, but I'm not sure yet. Arcanist I haven't done much of. Probably try and do some more ganking setups.
You know that?
Hate this NPC so much. But it's just crazy. I didn't think they was going to do this with the update 44. When we knew it was going to be Battleground, it was data leaked. But I just didn't think they was going to remove it and then just add all this stuff in place of it. But it does look good. I mean, it does look good in bits. You know, like they have made a lot of effort with it. They definitely took their time on it. I really thought they was just going to slap on some new maps, new modes, nice and basic, and that was it. So they've gone further than what I thought they would have. But whether that further is in the correct direction, we don't know. You know, and a lot of people have still moaned about, you know, it not being Cyrodiil. I'm disappointed it's not Cyrodiil and open world as well, but I knew it wasn't going to be, so there's no point in moaning. And they said clearly it wasn't going to be anything to do with Cyrodiil. But I'm hoping if this PvP update is well received and like more players play it and it gets the player base going again on the PvP side of things, then they might think, oh, this is working. Maybe we could do a paid DLC or something, or do some add-ons to open world, you know what I mean? If this is well received. So I think it's a bit of a two-edged sword, and if you keep panning this and say, oh, this is terrible, you shouldn't have done Battleground, it's really poorly received, then they're probably going to think, you know what, we're never doing PvP again. So you don't want to really shoot yourself in the foot too much. That's why I'm trying to keep an open mind about it. Hopefully it's going to be good, and hopefully it's going to be fun, and hopefully it's going to bring players back, and or, you know, bring people more into the PvP scene. Or it could be really bad. You know, it's just fingers crossed it ain't. I'm hoping for the best. I'm not expecting much. But I think there's quite a few. Is there like 5 to 7 new maps? There's quite a few maps. As long as it's all available to test on the PTS, it's going to be really good. I'll get some footage together and do some setups and my like personal opinion on the Battlegrounds and stuff. Do I think it's good? Do I think it's better than the original? But to outright replace it, I don't know. I do still like the old Battlegrounds. I don't think there's anything wrong with it too much. Obviously the matchmaking can be a bit dodge. I just feel they should have added to the Battlegrounds, not took away. Don't think that was the right thing to do, but like I said, it could just be temporary, or they said they'd bring them back for events and stuff, so they're not truly gone, they're just pretty much gone. Also going to do I think there was another bash setup I was going to do as well. But yeah, ganks like this patch are going to be good anyway, because like the nerf to the undeath, it's much easier to kill people. It should be in theory. What the hell? Have I got the right stuff on? Yeah, I have. That was 95% and it still failed. It was just crazy. This NPC is a nightmare. Go down. Absolute nightmare. Who said I purchased that house? Oh, have I purchased that? But yeah, hopefully it's going to be good. But like I said, the PTS patch notes can review everything, the new sets, hopefully, new stuff. There's going to be a few more surprises, I think. And just get on there and get testing, basically, and just Hopefully there's lots of battlegrounds, lots of queues, and I can get lots of footage. And just testing out some builds, you know. But like I said, I'm just trying to think of like ways that the battlegrounds, what setups do I want in battlegrounds. I do feel Walden's going to shine really well because with Walden, you know, they've got access to the minor toughness, so they've naturally got more health, which makes you tankier. They've got the high mobility because of the wings, whatever it's called, Falcon Swiftness or whatever, gives you major expedition. So you ain't got to keep grinding the Sigic line as much. And you know, they've got crazy burst heal with the polar wind. So just, I do feel Wardens are going to be really good. I think Wardens are, to be honest, they're in one of the best places I think at the moment. I don't know if it's just me just favouriting them at the moment, Wardens, but I do feel, obviously Nightblade are still top. You know, I don't think anything's going to contend with Nightblade. But second place, I would probably have, if I was doing a, like a class tier list of how update 43 is so far, from what I've seen, I mean, I've not extensively played PvP to be fair. I've done a reasonable amount, so I think I've got a fairly good overview and opinion. I would say it goes, I'd probably have to put Necromancer at the bottom still, even though it's received some buffs. I've not extensively tested it though, but I don't think it's really crazy overpowered. It's, you know, it's received a bit of flavour, but nothing to really push it out of that you know, like D tier or whatever. I'd certainly have Necromancer down still, and the Arcanist and Templar are the other ones that I don't think are too great. Templar's basically carried by the beam still, which I think keeps it good still. He's trying to fight the guard. It's not a fight you're gonna win, mate. And then I'd probably say Dragon Knight, like, you know, like C or B tier. Dragon Knight's still quite good, but again, I think they were sort of crutching on flame damage a lot, because obviously a lot of people with vampires, a lot of players with vampires. There's less, but there's definitely less vampires now. Obviously, a lot of people are still running the undeath passive, but I think there's less, so they're not 100% getting that damage boost. So I do feel they've slipped a little bit. And sorcerers are still like A tier. But I would have Wardens up there with them now. I would put Warden previous patch probably down to B tier. I mean, the Wardens, I think the Frost Wardens have took a bit of a nerf on the passive. They dropped the damage done from Frost. But I do feel the Wardens are going to be really strong. I just do really like, but like I said, I don't know if it's because I'm being biased, because I'm sort of in a Walden mood this past week or two as my favourite. But I would put them as like an A tier, and obviously S tier is Nightblade, but the problem with Nightblade, it does come at the cost of it being very, very hard to play. Like a 2-bar setup, it's a lot to manage, it's very difficult. It's probably the only class I don't think I've fully got really good at 2-bar. I think I've done everything 2-bar reasonably well, apart from Nightblade. Is the only thing I've struggled with personally. But like I said, if you can get your head around them and get the rotation down well, they are undeniably king, which I think they pretty much always have been. the undeniable king, yeah, is Nightblade, and I think always will be. I mean, they're so strong. I've seen some Nightblade setups they don't even use cloak, because they're just carried by the crazy heals they can just pump out. Go back and sell this now. Yeah, they just carry by just, and the access to the amount of buffs they've got is just far superior to every other class. So yeah, I'm just favouring Warden at the moment. Whether or not it is as good as what I say it is, but I do feel it is. It just seems to have everything. But obviously I do a lot of setups and play with a lot of classes, and you just feel like, oh, we should add this and we should add that, and just Warden just seems to have everything. It's got the crazy healing, it's got the tankiness, it's got access to major protection, minor protection, it's got the mobility because you get the major expedition. It just ticks every box. And I mean, obviously I've done, I forgot I maxed it. Obviously I've done Warden setups before, but I just never quite realised how good they are. They're just really, really good. And then they've got like a cleanse where they can remove negative effects with the Netch. They really are just the one, you know, just everything you need. But nothing will compete with Nightblade when it comes to sheer amount of buffs and access to buffs. That's what makes, when people say, you know, Nightblade's RS tier and they're really strong, it's just purely because of the sheer level of buffs. I think someone did do a table I did see once of, and counted up the number of minor and major buffs they have against every other class, and obviously it just come out on top. You could just basically have almost every buff possible on a Nightblade. I did actually try and do a setup ages ago where I was going to try and put like every possible buff on a Nightblade setup, but I just abandoned it because it was just too lengthy a project. But yeah, there probably is setups out there where you can just have so many. So just wear Oak Fathers against a Nightblade because they're going to be cracking so many buffs. So Oak Fathers is a great counter really, because the more minor and major buffs your opponent has, so a Nightblade, then you're going to be more effective against them. You're going to get more. I'll just check the forums quickly. I don't think there's anything this early. Probably too early. Just see if there's anything going on. Right, is the PC complete? The PC is complete. So does that mean the patch notes are up? Surely it's too early. There is patch notes, but it's not. It's just like a bug fix, quick few bug fixes. So that's not what we're after. So they have done a patch note thing, but not the actual PTS patch notes. So yeah, I'll have to keep my eye out and see when they're actually going to drop So yeah, I didn't think there's some like bug fix patch notes they've just dropped on PC. But it's very minor. And normally they drop sort of in the afternoon time for me. So we'll see what is coming. I mean, obviously we know about 80% of what is coming, but there will be some other stuff. They might make a few more changes to some sets and stuff. I just want to quickly see. I'm 20 endeavours off for 16,000. That's took me ages to get. Probably the best part of a year to get 16,000. I've not been extensively farming the endeavours, but I've just been logging in and doing them here and there. I'm not too sure about these new mounts. I was thinking of getting that one. Let me try and get somewhere flat because you can't even see it. I've seen a few players have that mount, but that's not a mount for me. I do like this skin carving, that's quite good. I was tempted to get that one because obviously I basically got the 16,000 endeavours for it, but and it had no head. I was like, what the hell? No head, it's just candles. It does look quite good though. It's quite good for Halloween, but I don't think I'm going to get. I might just wait till the next crown crates drop. I'm going to hold off until there's a mount I actually really want. That's quite a good mount, but it's a 2-player. Can still use it, but I quite like that mount, to be honest. I was thinking of this one as well. It's not bad. That was on the maybe list I might get. I don't think I will. I mean, because they are basically like all. Cause I'm looking for like a Halloween themed one again. And they are pretty much Halloween. Dark Brotherhood ones. I do want this skin though. There's a really good, that glass sort of skin is a good one. But again, I don't think I'm going to get it. I do like the new, that is quite a good new assassin sort of costume. It's really good. But yeah, just buy crowns, yeah. Yeah, so the endeavours, yeah, like I said, literally 20 off. So I'll get those in a few days, but there's nothing in the crown sort of jumps out at me, so I'm not really gonna, like, mount wise, I'm not really bothered about polymorphs too much. So I'm just gonna hold off until something better comes along. I don't think the mounts are all that good, even though they are Halloween themed. But the best one I think is that one so far. Why has it got horns? That hasn't got horns, and then they're showing horns. Don't get it. And that one is nice. It looks nice, but then I'm just like, nah. Once it's got a good animation, but once it spawns and like, it's just not glowy enough. I don't know. That's probably the best mount that's come out, I think, on this crown crates, but I don't want to get that. But yeah, the skins are quite good this patch. This crown crate cycle. I do like the Dark Brotherhood theme. It's good stuff. But there's just no mounts that really jump out at me, so I'm going to hold off. I'm just going to jump on a mount. Wait until something good comes along. But yeah, last time I saved up the 16,000 endeavours. I was proper farming them. So I've probably done it in like 6 to 8 months. Whereas these ones, yeah, I've just sort of been doing them here and there, and then when it got near to the 16,000 I started doing them again properly. Hold right on the D-pad to see the horns on mount. Ah, right. Yeah, I thought I was getting confused there. Try that again then. Oh yeah, I see where I'm going wrong. Did not know you could even do that. Idle, and then mount up. Rear up. Ah, yeah, okay. I did not know you could even preview that. I swear you couldn't preview that before. Is that a new thing? Blood Moon Wolfman. Yeah, it's quite a nice one. That was definitely on the one I was thinking of getting. But that one, right, so let's do try that. Do these and then mount up. Rear up. Oh, that's better. If it was like that permanently, that's quite good. I'm tempted because it is Halloween. I do like Halloween stuff. But I think that one is slightly better. So that's the mount up and then the rear up. Okay, yeah, that's definitely better. Yes, it works for all mounts. Is that a new thing then? Because I've never actually noticed that. Yes, I've actually got quite a lot of mounts, so I just thought I'd show a couple of the good ones I've actually got. I didn't even know I even had some of these. I've got so many now. Just forgot which ones I've even got. It's not a bad one. But my best one, I'll show you my best one. So obviously, yeah, the Nightmare is a good one. It's probably one of my favourite ones. I'm waiting for the Werewolf Behemoth Polymorph to come out. If they made a Minotaur, I hope they can make a werewolf. Yeah, that'd be really good. But that, I won't keep doing the rear up ones, I'll just show them as they are. Got that one. And then I've got, that's probably all the best Hots ones I've got. That's one of my favourite ones as well I've got. I'm too saving for better stuff to come out. Yeah, it's nice stuff that's in the crown crates, but I'm just going to wait, I think, for the next, nearer to the Halloween time. Hopefully there'll be some better ones. That one I actually got randomly, I think, in a crown crate once. Didn't actually get that one. So I've got quite a few good ones with like the cat feline ones. These ones are just rubbish. I'm not going to show them ones. I don't like them ones either. Camel, I don't think any. Do I like camel? It's literally, I didn't even know I even had these ones. Today should be update 44 PTS on PC. Yeah, that's what I'm waiting for. I'm waiting for that. I do have one multi-rider, which I think I got through the... I think I got it through the Gold Road. I don't have a lot of wolves. Didn't know if I had that one. I'm literally finding these ones as you are. Just yeah, I think that was from pre-purchase of High Isle or something. This one I don't see a lot of players have. Which is one of my favourite ones. Heavyweights. I've got the Void Desk. I think that was the last one I bought. Definitely one of the good ones. And I do like this one, but there's not much animation on it. And finally, the Harrowstorm Bears. I've got a few good bears. I got that randomly, so I do have a Halloween one. Skeletal Bear. Yeah, quite a few man. Waiting to see what the new rewards of the Worthy sets are going to be. Yeah, that's exactly what I'm waiting for. Definitely, because obviously we know it's going to be the BGs and stuff. But yeah, it's just the finer things I want to find out. I want to find out if there's any class changes. I want to find out if there's going to be any new sets that are going to be good to run. I just want to see, yeah, all the other little bits, and I'm going to try and highlight. So I'm hoping in about 2 or 3 hours the PTS patch notes will be up, and then we can all have a read through. I was going to do a live stream of the read through, but I'm not going to. I'm just going to do a video on the key points basically. Hopefully something we can use in our werewolf builds. Yeah, I mean, the good thing is they forget about werewolf, which is a good and a bad thing, because obviously it does get neglected, so there's not any specific things, but it also opens the door to them forgetting about something, and it can be ultra powerful and something they haven't seen. So it's like the Oak File was really good on werewolf, which I don't think was intentional, but it's actually really strong on werewolf. Same with like the Talk. I don't think that was meant to be for werewolf. And no, it's it's sort of, so it might be like a shadow buff, if you know what I mean. So yeah, I'm definitely going to analyse the sets and see if there's anything, because I'm not a big fan of the Infinite Archive sets, because I think it's purely for the grinding, and they can only be used on one toon, can't they? Unless you've got like loads of toons on the same class. I'm not a big fan of them. I just can't be bothered to grind them. After doing the Talk and grinding that for weeks and weeks, I just can't do the Infinite Archive anymore. So I think the only Infinite Archive set I've got is one of the Templar ones. So I did, when the Infinite Archive come out, I've done it extensively and got all the achievements. And then I thought, you know what, I'm not doing it again. And then I went in one final time to get the talk, and then after that, I'm done. They're just the set item pieces are just too hard to farm. I think they only drop on the Marauders and the end bosses of each arc. There's like one piece per run or two pieces per run. I'm like, nah, just can't be bothered. Because I did want the Dragon Knight one, but I will be doing that on the PTS and probably do a build with that maybe. Just totally forgot about that because I've been in like Warden mode. Yeah, I might try and do one. I think I should do like Way of Fire and the Pyroband or Prior-band or whatever it's called. Like double flame proc abuse. So but yeah, it should be up in, I would say, about 3 or 4 hours maybe. You have a look. Yeah, I've definitely got a few good setups in mind. I like to try and think out the box. Obviously sometimes you do end up having the same as other players or other people that make builds and stuff, so yeah, I'm definitely gonna be going over some of the sets. Yeah, I think I'll leave it there, guys. Thank you to everyone that's tuned into the stream. Catch me later. I'll be doing some videos and stuff when the PTS drops for update 44. So be on the lookout for some videos that are upcoming. I'll try and highlight all the key points and stuff that you guys are interested in. And I'm interested in as well. And we'll see what we can pick apart, and hopefully we'll have some fun on the PTS when that drops. I feel your pain. We farmed the Dragon Knight one too. Found it easy to purchase the sets from the Watcher merchants. Yeah, if you can purchase it, yeah, just purchase it. Alright guys, I'll see you in the next one.